Okay, so I've pulled back out here to Highway 50. I'm on the Pony Express Trail. Pony Express ran through here. My front tire feels a little mushy, so I use the Road Morph G. It's nice. It has this little flip out at the bottom, so you can put your foot right there, and it kind of stands up. And it has built-in pressure gauge, which is nice. It's reversible from Schrader to Presta, and it's the pump that I would recommend, the Road Morph G. I got my first view of this next valley. You can see right on the other side of this next range is the town of Eureka. In the last couple days, I've met 6 people who are traveling, all of them eastbound on the ACA Western Express, which is right here. Everybody has a strategy. There's a pattern that kind of follows, especially on the western or on the eastern side of the state of Nevada. We have these long valleys, and then you have a pass, and then another long valley and a pass. Some days there's 3 or 4 passes. The strategy that I'm taking is different than everybody else I've met. Really, I'm here between Ely and Eureka. Loneliest road. And my strategy is to carry enough water for at least 2, but perhaps 3 days. I could probably knock out, because I'm carrying 3 gallons of water. You need to drink at least 1 gallon a day, and if it's hot like today, I might crack 4 or 5 or 6 liters. So what I'm doing is a little bit different. It seems like everybody else is leaving town, getting a whole bunch of water, and then going to the next town and having enough water for just 1 day, and using the towns as a place to camp or stay in a hotel. That works. The distance between the towns is probably average right around 75-80 miles. But I'm going to break it up into at least half of that, so my long days will be 40 miles. Like yesterday, I climbed 2 passes and then camped at the top. It was a little chilly last night, and which is nice because it's warm today. It's going to be 80-something. So there is a different strategy you can use. I am hauling a lot of water, so I'm traveling less miles and probably slower because of the extra weight. I mean, I'm carrying 25 pounds of water, which is a lot. And then in addition, I'm carrying enough food. So that's something to think about if you're going to do the ACA Western Express. Water is a huge thing, especially now it's June. It's the middle of June. And so we're going to have daily temperatures in the 80s. So water is a primary factor, and there's very little natural surface water. I think there's only one creek, and that's somewhere between Austin and Middlegate, or Eureka and Austin. I can't remember, but it's a little creek that could be used for water. Beyond that, there's no houses, there's no gas stations, there's no other place to water up, so you're going to be hauling the water. And when you have passes to climb, 25 extra pounds makes a big difference. Oh, I figure I'm about halfway up this pass. And I like this pass even better. It's a little hotter and a little drier. This right here has got my name written all over it. Push your bike right up there. It flattens out, and it's full of juniper trees and pinyon pine. So that would have been a beautiful spot, but I'm gonna continue on. Okay, so I'm here at Pinto Summit. There's a Bike to US for MS sign or sticker. I'm just it's a nice breeze today. It is a headwind, but when you're in first gear, it doesn't really matter. It wasn't bad coming up either. Anyway, I'm just a few miles from the town of Eureka, and I'm looking around here. This hilltop here on the south side, it's easy access. There's a weather station right there, and you could go right up to the top of that, and it'd be a great place to camp if you have enough water. Anyway, I'm going to drop down the hill here. And stopping in Eureka, where I'll be camping in the city park. Hey, good morning. I'm in the city park here in Eureka. Look around a little bit. It's not that big, but one thing I want you to notice, the grass is very green. And in northern Nevada, there's only one way there could be grass this green. So keep that in mind. There is bathrooms here. I've been told that the I just arrived, so I don't know. I've been told that the bathrooms are locked. And there's a light right here and a electrical plug. This row of buildings right here is, the other side of it is Main Street. And the back of this building is the Owl Club Restaurant Saloon. The grocery store is right there. On the other side of the street, I stayed at a hotel last night called the Sundown Lodge. It was $51. They gave me a little discount. I'm gonna stay in town. I stayed in town. I got here about 3 o'clock. And I'll stay in town. I'm going to stay in town for 3 days. I'm going to stay here one night just to experience it. Hopefully the water sprinklers don't come on at 2 o'clock. And I'm going to go out to that road, which is New York Canyon Road. And just outside town, like 1 mile out of town. Or right at the city limits. Anyway, so Eureka, there's a covered pavilion right there. Which if it was raining, as a matter of fact, I might just move over to that spot. It's just that this a big old willow tree is providing plenty of shade. And it's going to be in the 80s today. Anyway, Eureka is a fascinating little town. Most of the buildings on Main Street were built in the 1800s. And it was a thriving little mining town for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call it my favorite little town so far. The public library in town, relatively new, and I stopped in yesterday, and they don't offer Wi-Fi to the public. No, they don't offer Wi-Fi, which is the only public library I think I've ever been to on a bicycle tour, except the one little town in Louisiana didn't have internet, but it was a Sunday, I believe. Like today, right now, it's a Sunday. But this is, the public library in Eureka does not, no Wi-Fi. There are several unsecured Wi-Fi signals here in Eureka. On the east side of town, there's a little diner called Sloppy Joe's, and they have unsecured Wi-Fi signal, as do most of the hotels, including the Sundown, have unsecured Wi-Fi signals. So far, that's the only ones I've located. And I'm gonna go mess around town today. So I just stepped over here to the pavilion, and it's really nice. There's multiple electrical plugs available, and looks like a light at the top, so it'd be nice. And 4 picnic tables, garbage cans, nice bench. You can see right here there's multiple bicycle tire prints or tire trails. 3 of the 5 people that I've met on the road on the ACA Western Express have stayed here. I'm hoping somebody pulls in tonight. You never know. But I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that? Vera, the 2 French guys, and another guy that didn't want to be interviewed. So they all stayed here. But they didn't warn me about any sprinklers. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm gonna go check the bathrooms. Okay, you know what that means. Stop at the convenience store and buy a quart bottle of Gatorade. I'm here in Eureka in the city park, and I've just run into Hugh and Alex. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Yes, indeed.
And you guys are riding for a cause.
Yep. We started out as a fundraiser for replacing a fire truck for our local fire department.
Awesome. So you guys are firemen.
Yes, we're both volunteer fire department with Penobscot Fire Department.
Awesome. In Maine.
And but we quickly realized that this was a much bigger thing than just Penobscot, and it was fire departments in general. 80% of this country is protected by volunteers.
Yep.
That's
In fact,
right.
the whole fire department here is fully volunteer.
Yeah, indeed. They're all over the country, and all the men and women are totally dedicated to protecting people. But most people just drive by the doors and see
Think about it.
closed doors in a truck, and it takes some disaster like 9/11 for them to realize that there are warm-blooded people
Who have to,
and so we're really promoting fire departments in general, volunteers especially, just an awareness. And if we could complete this trip and inspire other people to join up, and also to realize that it's not just running into burning buildings. We need people who can write grants.
Okay.
We have a couple of local people who do the janitorial work for the department. If you were an auto mechanic and you came in and helped doing maintenance on the trucks, you don't have to go into a burning building. That's not what it's all about.
Okay, so you guys have started in San Francisco.
Yes.
And so how many days have you been on the road?
About 8 days.
8 days?
Yep,
About
8 days from San Francisco.
You guys are both riding Surly long-haul truckers?
Yes, we are.
And how are they working out for you?
These are amazing bikes. It's the best designed touring bike I've ever ridden.
And you do have some touring experience, right?
I do. I've done a couple of tours here and there.
This actually all started, he did this trip from West Coast to East Coast when he was 20, and now I want to do it because, and now I'm 20, so this is the time.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mention this.
Yeah, so it started off as just a father and son bike trip.
There you go, father and son bike trip.
Then
Good.
we brought it up, and since he told the fire station he was leaving, we were like, let's do a fundraiser, and that's really how this all really started to blow up.
That's awesome. And your website is?
Fire Truck Bike Trip.
Fire Truck Bike Trip.
Nothing like it on the internet.
Okay, so it's
Bike Trip.
facebook.com.
And Instagram.
And Instagram.
And there's a GoFundMe site, which is also Fire Truck Bike Trip.
Right, and all those links will appear in the description box below.
Yep.
And so you guys are stopping at fire stations along the way.
Yep. We're seeing how far the mutual aid agreement goes, and so far we've been welcomed with open arms.
Awesome.
It's really a brotherhood across the whole country.
Brotherhood
Awesome.
and sisterhood, it's across the whole world.
So you're gonna stop, or the last fire station you stopped was right here in town.
Yep.
Got a tour of the station.
Beautiful station.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is crazy.
Penobscot could rattle around inside this station, I tell you.
And you have some fire stations on your route in the future.
Yep.
So you're going to Boulder.
We're doing a patch slot.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're,
Oh yeah, awesome, very good.
yeah, we have Penobscot Fire Department patches, and we swap them out, and we have a patch wall back at the station picking up. But basically, as soon as we knock on the door and say we're volunteer firemen from across the way,
It's like, come on in.
come on in. You know.
Awesome.
Very nice.
So it's
showers and
and
hospitality.
I suspect, knowing the mentality of people who volunteer in fire departments, you find that across the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's all brother and sisterhood of people who want to do right by society and help people out. So that's what we're promoting.
So you guys are raising money for the volunteer fire department in your town, and you're raising money to buy a new fire truck.
That's correct.
And that's where the name of your Facebook page comes from, which is, again, what's?
Fire Truck Bike Trip.
Fire Truck Bike Trip.
Facebook and Instagram.
And,
Okay.
and GoFundMe.
And
Right.
GoFundMe.
And those links are all provided in the description box below. So I just want to take the time to say thank you very much, and I wish you great success on your fundraising trip across the country. Father and son team, thank you very much, and safe travels.
Thank you.
Thanks for the interview. It's awesome to meet you.
Thank you.
No biggie. That's why we're here. And I got all night. I'm here in Eureka in the city park, and I just ran into Hugh, and I see now.
Shut up. See, blew it.
All right.